Whoa. Oh my.
Now, the best part of all this is what commentator David Howell says just before the fateful moment in this game. But hold your horses, we'll get to that. Let's see how the game opened with the modest knight to f3 played by national master Jacare Bynum. He's just 2200 rated over the board. What a fight he gave Magnus here. It's online chess, game week 9 of Titled Tuesday. Now we're back in a Sicilian defense, and Magnus puts his foot on the gas and plays the hyper accelerated dragon variation. Knight c3 in response. Magnus tucks this one in on the chocolate slide. And Jacare is so impressed, he copies. I mean, Magnus is world number 1 after all. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Pawn d6 now, and h3. Hang on a minute. Stops bishop g4, but it's very slow. Magnus now changes gear and takes the center of the board, the dark squares. He knows when to switch it up. Use Lotus Chess, by the way, if you want to learn such openings and figure out yourself when to switch tactics out of the opening. Plus, it will show you crushing lines. That's what's so good about it. Not just the main lines, the crushing ones, to leave your opponents crying after like 10-15 moves. It really is excellent. The link's below, as you know. It's free to get started. Only app I use now for the last like 12 months. Check it out. Now we see this king castle. Knight g to e7 leaves the bishop's eyes open, and a3. Now come on, if you're gonna take down a Magnus man, you've got to do something more ambitious than that. d3 now, h6 from Magnus. Hang on, I take back everything I said. Pushing the pawns at the side of the board must be brilliant chess. Anyone for a knight maneuver. Watch this. Knight d5 now from Jacare, and f5. Both players now roaring like mighty chess lions. There's something about pushing an f-pawn right. You feel like a boss, or a side pawn. Anything with a rook behind it, really. And it also sets up the legendary pawn cube, also known as the pube. Magnus shaves it, as he does, and shaves it once more. He cannot stop shaving. I mean, look at his face now. He got rid of the overpowered mighty mustache. Very tragic times. We were enjoying that lip caterpillar, but it's gone. The bishop's now hit, and retreating looks kind of natural. Or this is actually a more accurate move. But Magnus plays queen d7. Now hang on a minute. Can we not take that bishop? Lovely jubbly bishop pair. Well, yes, it's even the best move right now. Not played. This was. Magnus now encourages it, leaving more holes in the position. So okay, it's lopped off the board. Pawn c3 is very logical. Takes. Queen recaptures here. Also under fire once more. Saved. These are the top players in the world. You've got to do something better than that to win the queen. And Magnus now centralizes the knight. And one problem we see is that his minor pieces are sitting on the head of this isolated weak pawn, which also inhibits the bishop. And that's why black stands a little better here. More space as well. More room to maneuver. The bishop gets into the game. Finally, Jacare's got his bits out. Knight 7 to g6 and takes. An exchange of those ones. Both exchanges, or recaptures rather, were possible. Magnus goes with this. Hits a pawn. Bishop backing up to cover. King g7. Is it a coincidence that so many of Magnus's forces are on the dark squares? No. He's strong on the dark squares. He's got the bishop. He doesn't have a light squared bishop. It's good chess strategy. Prophylactic. Now we see pawn b5. Turning the screw over there on the queen side of the board. Using this majority. Kind of a majority. 4 on 3-ish. Now we see bishop f1. Hits a pawn. Kind of a pseudo threat because you do have to stay with this one too. But anyway, Magnus covers, prepares to push on, and after rook e2, before you can say
$1 million.
Who's excited for the Hans Niemann, Magnus Carlsen Netflix drama coming soon, early April? What a show. Anal beads galore. Now we see pawn recaptures here. Queen d3, couple more pawns going into the blender. Delicious.
Mushrooms.
And Magnus decides to go for something uber aggressive here. What does he play? H5, let's go. Rip open that king position. Queen a6 goes for the counterplay. Or does it just sideline the lady? Stick her in Siberia where she's going to get very, very cold. Magnus pulls the switcheroo and suddenly she's feeling stupid. But just to make things worse, rook b2. Yes, going for counterplay invasion, but the poor king is being left naked as the day he was born. Magnus could win a pawn here, but he plays queen f6, leaving that threat open, also pressuring the bishop if the rook ever moved away. Anyway, it's what we soon see. First bishop g2, now Magnus munches on the c-pawn, check is played, king stepping up here, and this lady backs all the way up. And this is the most unbelievable part of the game. Magnus Carlsen pulls a blunderoo. What should he play? Well, knight e5 is the move. We're gonna soon see why. In the game, he plays bishop d4, and these words from David Howell proved to be fateful.
And Magnus's king is super safe next to its knight here on the edge of the board.
Because in this position, there is a winning killer move. It's checkmate in 2. Can you find the shot if I give you a gazillion years? Yes, you guessed it. It's queen takes on h5.
Whoa. Oh my God. Magnus has blundered checkmate.
What a way to play your first game against the world champion.
Wow. Even Magnus applauding that.
Commentators falling out their seats. Keep your hair on or keep your knickers on, as we'd say here in the UK. We say that for men and women, by the way. It's not a women thing. Men wear knickers too. Some men. Let's not go there. Check played by the rook. And it's not just a check. It's a mate. The king cannot move. Look at that. Completely boxed in. I can't recover. I need to end the video at this stage. I'm also on my way to play chess later. I'll get a members only video up tomorrow in case you're interested on that one. Also starting to cover some classic games in that members only section. So do head on over, give us support. It's like a cup of coffee a month and you can get some really nice extra epic chess. Hugely appreciated. This is the final position here. What a mate. What a great moment for the young man, Jacare Bynum. That's all I got for today. Thanks very much for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.